chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls out there. Don't ever feel like you lost this encounter with the narcissist. Don't ever feel like you lost. I'm telling you now, one of the biggest things, one of the biggest wins that you have underneath your belt is seeing through what they actually are. You see them for what they are. You see through them. This is a huge frustration for the narcissist. A dislike. They become obsessed. They become deranged at the fact you saw through them. Okay? And you might be saying, but hey, Zion, like, no, the narcissist abandoned me out of the blue, or the narcissist discarded me out of the blue, or the narcissist reverse discarded me out of the blue, or no, it took me by surprise. And look, I'm telling you now, this narcissist started to notice tendencies within you that you were seeing through them. Okay? I guarantee, I'm 99% sure there was something that occurred. It's going to take you to analyze and go over the things that kind of played out. But there will be something that stood out. You caught them out about something. Maybe nothing significant. You may have just noticed something. Something a bit different. Something a bit odd. And the narcissist realized, oh shit, the jig is up. They panic. This is a person that has been masquerading with artificial light throughout the whole duration of the relationship, putting on a performance like they're a loyal person, like they're a genuine person. So obviously, when there's a slight tweak in the way you perceive them, and they feel it, they notice it by your responses. Okay? Because this is what a narcissist does. They're constantly gauging your responses and the way you process information on the judgment. Have they succeeded to fool you? Because that's their constant effort. That's what they live for. They live to fool people. They live to deceive people. Why do they live to deceive people and fool people? Because they don't like who they truly are. Okay, and they want to impress others. It's about image. They don't like who they truly are. They have low self-esteem, inferiority complex, and they wanted to make you like them. It's very sad and a pathetic, dysfunctional world for the narcissist, but that's why they wanted to make you like them. So obviously, time's ticked along. You've had ups, you've had downs, you've had rocky days, you've gone through the motions in whichever type of relationship this is with a narcissist. You've gone through the motions, and on a given day, something changed. There was a shift, there was a tweak, and you saw something in them. And they probably saw it in you, that you saw it in them before you even comprehended what you exactly saw. Or you've even, connected the dots to what this means about them. Okay, this is how sudden they can rush in with a discard. This is how sudden they can jet out the door with an abandonment, because they've noticed that you see through them. All right? And that's why you're the only one who sees through them. All right? They surround themselves with their flying monkeys, their minions, their whoever, right? Their new supply, whatever. They know that you're the one person in the world that sees through their BS. They know that a lot of you wouldn't take them back. Now you see through them. And the way they escalate the situation and start making chaos, even if you chased after them for a little while, you get back to your senses and you're like, nah, that person's not right. There's something off with them. You would have at least started to have those thoughts. You would start thinking, nah, there's something off with them. Then you discover narcissism. Then you go down the rabbit hole. And I just want you to understand that they hate you knowing. They really hate you knowing. They couldn't conceal the mask that shattered. Their mask shattered. All right? When you saw through them, their mask shattered. They didn't know how to fool you no more. They didn't know how to put on the effort they didn't know how to cover up the mess they created. All right? You know, that's how they felt. Like a dog. When a dog, you know, makes a mess in the house, unless they're correctly trained, but they go through that process of making a mess in the house, and they might, if they get scared when they're older or something like that, they might, you know, make a mess in the house. They can't conceal it. You can tell it all over their body language. And I'm not like, please, like, a dog is a much higher life form, I believe. Okay, I know there's different cultural differences, what people perceive dogs as and stuff, right? But I'm just saying, like, I generally believe like a dog can be a man's best friend, you know, and you know a dog isn't gonna snake you out. You know a dog isn't gonna turn its back on you. You know a dog is loyal, right? I think a dog is a much higher life form than a narcissist. So I just use that analogy of a dog making a mess to just give you an image, a visualization per se, right? They can't conceal the shattered mask. That's what I was getting at, right? So they will obsess over you relentlessly, knowing that you see through them. You are the one that sees through them now. Nothing they can do, nothing they can take back. They can no longer pull the wool over your eyes. They can no longer make you fall back to sleep. Many of them will do the reverse Hoover tactic. They'll disappear for long periods of time, trying to bait you into a reaction, trying to bait you into a chase. They'll leave you for a period of time. They think you're suffering, or they're questioning, are they suffering? Are you suffering? They're keeping watch on you. And they'll do this to try and bait you in a thing. And if you just keep, you know, just let them go about their business, realize you're not going to chase them, you're never going to let them back in, they will turn obsessive about you. So, I mean, a lot of you, right, or not a lot of you, but like I see some comments, sorry, I should say, you know, like, you think the narcissist is off living their best life. They're preoccupied with thinking about you. They really are. You have to embrace what the awakening is, the awakening that you've gone through. There was, like, because I believe it can be gradual. Like, obviously there's abrupt awakenings, like sudden abrupt awakenings, but some of the times they're gradual, okay? And it's like you get a bit of information and you wake up a bit. It might hurt your feelings, it might make you feel cold, might hurt your heart. Like, you wake up a bit about whatever specific thing happened with the narcissist, and then it leads to more. And obviously what they'll try and do is escalate the situation into something crazy, so they never face the consequences of what they got found out about, because they like to maintain an image. They like to control the collective. They like to control the narrative. Okay? So, wherever they go, whoever they're around, however high they climb, however low they sink, and all in between, you will remain the one embedded in their consciousness, because you see through them. When they're around the people who they fool now, they're like, oh, you know, so-and-so didn't get fooled by this. They'll know you're a level above. They'll know you're a cut above the rest. You had these narcissists walking on eggshells. That's what I need you to understand. They wasn't walking all over you. They were trying their very utmost to cater to you and put on a performance that you find appealing, and that you deem them as a suitable partner or soulmate or friend or companion or whatever, right? That's what they done. They presented themselves in such a light, masquerading with artificial light, that you found them appealing. They were walking on eggshells, and one day those eggshells couldn't bear no more weight. It cracked, their mask slipped, you saw through them, and they ran for the hills a lot of the times. Maybe they didn't in your case, but a lot of the times they'll ghost or abandon. Alright, many of you who have been ghosted or abandoned, this is the precise reason. Before you had time to gather your senses, they rushed in with a ghost, they rushed in with a discard to confuse you, to try and make you go back to sleep. Alright? And you haven't gone back to sleep. You're here now. You're watching videos. You're educating yourself. Alright? You're learning from your own experience. You're seeing correctly now. Alright? But you may not have at the time. So anyway,
Just embrace the narcissist will always obsess over you because you're the one who saw through them. Thanks for listening today. I really appreciate the support. Please book a session if you'd like to. You may donate or support to the channel if you want to. Check out the spiritual channel for more content. My podcast is now on Spotify. All links you need are in the description box below.
If you would like access to over 100 exclusive videos, daily uploads and custom video requests, join my membership program at zionmembership.com. Links also in the description box below. There's a 3-day free trial and you can cancel at any time. All content is made by me with no ties to any organisation or university. Your support truly keeps us going. I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.